The first time we did this game was in Los Angeles, and we had several people from ARS Electronica there as well. The main sponsor for this crowd gaming is New York University. We are a research group there. We are sort of artists and scientists at the same time, and so most of the time we're using this equipment for what is the behavior of a person in a shopping center and all that stuff. That's the main thing that this system is paid for. It's an expensive system, and it's used 90% of the time for science, funded by science funding. You want to study what you can use motion capture, what other areas you can use motion capture for. And this is a big new trend. Like in fall, like in 2 months, Microsoft will come out with Kinetics, which is a game that uses motion capture. You just have a camera and you use your body. And a few years ago, Nintendo came out with the Wii controller. Totally new, it's a revolution. And so our stuff is sort of similar technology, but instead of a single person, we want to do this massive multiplayer thing. We have this motion capture system here. There are 16 cameras in this hall mounted. And what we usually do is we're tracking people and we're tracking their motion style. But here we had this idea. We have a large crowd, like hundreds to thousands of people. And of course, we cannot track thousands of motion capture markers. So we're tracking balls, and we're tracking what the people do with balls in gameplay. And so we call that squid ball. So squid ball, the first time we tested that was in Los Angeles. We had huge silver balls. And then recently we figured out how to do it on standard beach balls like those things here. And we put those little reflective markers on it. And those cameras can track it. And so now we have like Graham Taylor and Ian Spiro are two great game programmers. And they're writing games around what you can do with them. So you can see this like a big joystick or a Nintendo Wii for thousands of people. This year was the theme for repair and for like how can we fix things. And so we think a lot in the gaming is like a teenager sits at home in their bedroom and plays by him or herself, or there's now this massive multiplayer online games, but still people stay in their homes and play in their bedroom. And so what we want to do is we want to bring the physicality back to the gaming, and we want to bring people together in the same space. So with the current technology, like the internet technology, websites, wikis, blogs, people think they're socializing, but they're not really physically together. So we want to bring that back. ARS Electronica built a club environment. There's like a DJ, there's a sound system. So this is more like a club, a nightclub, a bar. And we're in a different culture. We're in a European culture. So it's also a social experiment we're doing here. What's the difference between the US and Austrians, or international artists and Austrians? And so one thing is like our previous test in the United States, it was very often in theaters. So they're sitting down and they're ready to see a theater, and we do 20 minutes before, and then we surprise them with balls, and they're bouncing it around. But here, for some reason, Austrians, whenever they see a ball, they like to kick it, you know?